There has been a philosophical dilemma going on for centuries. Do we really believe in fate or do we really believe in luck? Does our environment shape who we become or did biology quietly wrote our story long before you are even aware of it? Are we built by the world around us or are we following instructions hidden deep inside our genes? Imagine being born with someone genetically identical to you and even you didn't get a chance to meet them. Imagine growing up in a completely different family, a different culture, a different life, yet making the same life-changing decisions at nearby the same time. For decades, scientists have debated about nature versus nurture. But what if there are connections so deep that even science struggles to explain them? This is the unforgotten method, settling the truth we didn't know. It has been 86 years since these two men were born, and more than 4 decades since their story shook the world. The year is 1939, Ohio, United States. A single mother lies in a hospital bed, moments before giving birth. She is exhausted. She is unprepared. She expected a child. Then came a shock to her face. It is not one baby. It is a twin. You can almost see her in her mind calculating. Two mouths, two futures, one impossible decision. At the time during the 1930s to 1940s, adoption agencies in the United States believed that separating twins would help them develop independent identities. Maybe it sounds disturbing today, but back then, it was considered responsible practice. So, due to various reasons, these two children were adopted by different families. One twin was adopted by the Lewis family, the other was adopted by the Springer family. Neither family was told that the child they adopted had a twin, and neither children grew up knowing the other even existed. In the 1930s, 1940s, certain names were extremely popular, and for reasons no one can fully explain, both families chose the same one, James. Without knowing each other, both families named the adopted child James. They would later be known as Jim Lewis and James Springer. Later on, in the 1970s, Jim Lewis was just going through the adoption documents, and shocked to her face, she found out that she had a twin brother. Now she contacted the adoption agency to investigate and try to find out. And later on they found James Springer. The year now is 1979, 39 years after their birth. So they arranged a small meeting all around Ohio. Imagine walking into a room and seeing someone who looks exactly like you. You are bloody, you are twin, mirroring you in every sense. As the two spend time together, it is said that despite being raised in different families, living in different environments, and leading separate lives, their choices were almost similar. Both had been named James, and both had been chosen career in security. Each had married a woman named Linda, divorced and then later remarried a woman named Betty. They had both had sons named James Alan, and each had a childhood dog named Toy. Even their habits and preferences mirrored each other. They drove the same model of car, chain smoked the same brand of cigarettes, bit their fingernails, and had suffered from tension headaches that began at the same age. And if that weren't even amazing enough, For years, both families had vacation on the exact same stretch block in Florida. Yet somehow they had never crossed paths. This reunion caught the attention of psychologists at the University of Minnesota, led by Thomas Buchan. The twins became the catalyst for a groundbreaking project, the Minnesota Study of Twins Reared Apart. Over more than 2 decades, the researchers studied 137 pairs of twins separated at birth. They conducted personality tests, intelligence assessment, and behavioral and medical examinations. So far, the goal wasn't to predict destiny, it was to answer a deeper question, a rather intriguing question. How much of who we are comes from our genes, and how much comes from the world around us? The gene twin didn't prove that life is predetermined, and rather they didn't erase the importance of environment. What they did was far more unsettling. They showed us that identity has a memory, that some tendencies, preferences, and fantasies, even when lives unfold in completely different worlds. Maybe not blank pages after all. Maybe we are stories written in a pencil, shaped by life but guided by something deeper. And perhaps the most uncomfortable question is this: how much of you would you still exist if your life have taken a completely different path? Some stories aren't forgotten because they're important, but because they challenges what we believe. This is the unforgotten method, settling the truth within you.